Hi guys, it's my little hamsters, and today, as I have just been on YouTube for a while, I thought it would be great if someone who's been on for a bit longer would help me out. And this is obviously not one of my hamsters. This is Sapphire from Hammies Forever. We're going to be talking about small cages and why they're bad. It's a topic that isn't talked about quite enough, and a lot of people still, although they give good care, still keep the hamsters in too small cages.
So as we said, today we're going to be talking about cage minimums. So this is a Detolf. This measures about 1,000 square inches, the whole thing, and each side's about 500. So that's fine for one little hamster. Obviously it is better if you can get more square inches, but this is fine. And I'll put the minimums required on the screen right now. And so this is an example of a cage you can use. It's a bin cage. This one I made using a Wilco storage tub. This is Cookie's cage, and I just got some mesh on the top. And as you can see, it's around the same size as half of the Detolf. Another cage you can obviously use is a tank or a Detolf, which is from IKEA. In America, the smallest tank you can get is a 20-gallon tank for a hamster. Don't go any lower than that. And I'm not sure if the ones in the UK, sorry, but just they have to measure more than 360 square inches.
Okay, so this is Hammies Forever travel cage. It's slightly below the minimum, but it's quite a popular cage for a lot of hamster owners. As you can see, it doesn't fit much in it at all. It has a space for a food bowl, a little hideaway thing, a tube and a wheel, and we could hardly even fit the wheel in. And it's not going to provide a good space for your hamsters to live. Remember, a hamster cage is where the hamster is actually living most of their life, and it's not going to provide a happy life. So this is where the example cage actually fits onto the bin cage. As you can see, it's quite a lot smaller, and I actually think this is the bin cage is what any hamster should be living in to provide a stimulating lifestyle, and this is a lot smaller, so I really recommend just doing a DIY bin. They're a lot less expensive and provide a nicer, happier life for your hamster.
As you can see, this is another example of a small cage, and it's almost half the size of the bin cage, and that's just really bad. And remember, when pet shops label a cage's size, they measure from the widest point, not the smallest point, but the smallest point to the smallest point, that's actually the amount of floor space your hamster's getting, so don't be fooled by what pet shops say. Another thing to remember is that barred cages aren't always the best option, since the hamsters might climb or chew them. You might think this is them having fun, but it's actually signs of stress and can lead to teeth problems in the future. So a plastic cage like a bin cage or a tank is a much better option.
Okay, so this is an overview of Hammies Forever's bin cage, or Cookie's bin cage. I just don't see why you shouldn't go for a bin cage. They're an amazing option, especially when you're on a budget. They're very cheap to buy, and there's so many videos on YouTube about how to make one. Hammies Forever actually has one of those, so the link will be in the description bar, and they're just a really good option to provide a good life for your hamster. My cage is So the cage I keep my two Robotsky hamsters in is the same size as a Detolf. I think it's slightly wider, but it is a double floor cage. We found a massive box. It's another DIY option. We found a massive wooden box and got some glass to put on the front, and we made a floor for it as well. And the amount in floor space is exactly the same size as the Detolf, so that's actually a really good option to find a really good DIY, and it's really cheap and inexpensive. That's the same thing, but you get what I mean.
Another thing to remember is, with shop bought cages, you might think they have more floor space because they have a half level. This does not count as more floor space, unfortunately. It only counts if it's a whole nother level, as you will see from my little hamster's cage here. It's a whole level across, and this counts as extra floor space, but a half level does not, unfortunately.
Just think your hamster is spending that majority of their life in this cage. You need to give them enough space to have a nice lifestyle and have just an enjoyable time with you. It will also make them a lot less stressed and a lot more happy. So thanks for watching the video. We really hope you enjoyed, and we hope you've learned something from this video, because it's really good to keep your hamsters in a nice cage.
And remember to give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you want us to do more collabs in the future.
Alright, bye!
Bye!